Hello everyone, welcome back to the Meg Moonbeam YouTube channel. My name is Sunny and this is Weekly Crystal Predictions. And today we're going to be talking about what your spiritual superpower is. And I've come to you in the early morning, barefaced, to be transparent and vulnerable, showing you my spiritual superpower as I dive into what your spiritual superpower is. Okay, so before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please comment, like, and share this video. It really helps with the channel's growth. And if you'd like to book a personal astrology consultation with Meg, the link is in the description box below. And we only have a few more days left of 10% off your entire order at thescorplingshop.com. So if you'd like to receive 10% off your entire order of crystals, please enter the code June10 at the checkout area on www.thescorplingshop.com. All the information is in the description below. So I've written down some of my thoughts. It is early, and as we were talking about our spiritual superpower, I'd like you all to know, or I'd like to remind us all, and I'm sure everyone here does know, if you've come here, you probably know on some level, even if you're not conscious of it right in this moment. I'm probably just turning on the light bulb for you, just an an aha moment, if you will. We come here as unique souls. Each of our souls store thousands of lifetimes of data, experience, information, and light, whether it be from lifetimes on Earth or different planets, galaxies, universes, etc., parallel universes. Physically, we have our genetic makeup. So for thousands of years, people have been coming together to create who we are now. And the moment we were born, there was a fixed map of the relationship between the stars in the heavens above. So our birth chart, our natal chart. And all of these things, including our experience in this current life, make up our individual personalities now. So we were each given a destined purpose with which comes many micro purposes. And within this purpose, we were given certain gifts, talents, lessons, and archetypes. Each one of us has mastered something. This something may be foreign or familiar to another. And though we are a master of this certain karmic lesson or archetype, we are still presented with the opportunity to be challenged on how far we've come and how much we know about ourselves. In my opinion, the purpose of this is to stay on course by the hand of God and for personal soul or consciousness expansion, which is the purpose of our spirituality, I think, to become more self-aware, brings us closer to God, therefore becoming freer and wiser. So what we will be looking at today in this reading is what your spiritual superpower is, with what lesson or which archetype is being expressed through you that helps break down the barriers not only within yourself, but within others. How others interact with you will give you many clues into what your specific purpose is and what your specific gifts are in this lifetime. And so in this reading, we will also see the effects of your superpower on others. For example, we all garner negative reactions from people who might need to embody more of what we have, and we will also garner positive reactions from people who are open to or willing to accept or even feel akin to the wisdom that we share. So as you'll see in the group options section of this video, we are not starting off with you choosing a crystal. You will actually be guided by my spiritual superhero to choose the group that is for you, that is made for you, that has a message for you. And instead of you choosing the crystal, you will see when you get to your reading that the crystal will be choosing you. So yes, I will still be reading the crystals. Of course, this is a crystal prediction, a weekly crystal prediction, but we're going to start off a little bit differently. I thought that would be fun, and there are 4 groups to choose from, and I'll see you at your reading. Everybody, welcome to your group selection. We have 4 playing cards to choose from. Each card has a Elvis Presley album cover, and you might be attracted to the photo or to a suit or to a particular number, but I'm also going to sing a song. The song that is associated with each of the album covers. So let's start with group number 1. This is the 4 of Diamonds associated with the song Good Luck Charm. Don't want a silver dollar, don't want an old horseshoe. I want your kiss, 'cause I just can't miss with a good luck charm like you. Come on and be my little good luck charm, you sweet delight. I want a good luck charm hanging on my arm. A two-hat, a two-hat, a two-ho, a two-ho, a two-night. So that's group number 1. Group number 2 is the 8 of Hearts, and it is, it's now or never. Come hold me tight, kiss me, my darling, be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. Okay. Group number 3 is the 5 of Clubs. I've got something to tell you that I think you want to know. That my eyes are on you, baby, since a long time ago. Now I've finally got the nerve and I'm gonna make my move. Now don't you try to turn me off, 'cause it's gonna be hard to do. I've got a thing about you, baby, nothing I can do. I got a thing about you, baby, thing about loving you. Okay, and group number 4 is the 10 of Spades. You look like an angel, walk like an angel, talk like an angel, but I've got wise. You're the devil in disguise. Oh yes, you are, devil in disguise. Okay, so let Elvis draw you in, and I will see you at your readings. Okay, group number 1, if you chose this 4 of Diamonds Good Luck Charm Elvis Presley card, this is your reading, and the crystal that has chosen you is a clear topaz. Wow. So I call topaz a master manifestation stone. So it's funny that you chose Good Luck Charm and 4 of Diamonds. So 4 is a very solid number. It's someone who's very sure, very secure, can get things done, knows themselves really well, and a diamond is also a very strong shape. It's also associated with not only the stars, so something larger than life and life itself, but also with riches and finances. So that's really cool. So in the song he talks about how he doesn't need all these different types of good luck charms, and he just wants his own good luck charm. In that case it's a person, and for you it could be a person, but with in association with the topaz, I feel like you're somebody who really has worked hard in your life to build everything that you have, and everything that you're still working towards. Okay, you're a very strong person. You might have a very intense vision for what you want to accomplish in life, or what you have accomplished in life, and everything that's come to you has come to you because of the work that you've done on yourself. So one of your spiritual superpowers is being a master manifester and being a very strong person and getting things done your own way, carving your own path. So these are 2 animal cards. I picked 2 animal cards again because the animals have very deep lessons for us and hold an archetype that may be associated very strongly and deeply to your spiritual superpowers and the strong personality traits that you possess, and what you have to offer this world, and what people learn from you. So, oh wow. Okay, so we have shark. That's a very strong spirit. Sharks are courageous and bold, and they're when they see something, they want it, and they will get it, and they will not stop until what they have their sight set on is theirs and in their possession. So that's amazing. So you're a very, very strong person. And a spider. Wow. Okay, so spiders are very creative. So you're also, obviously, if you're a master manifester, you need to be a very creative person. You need to have a strong vision. You need to be able to see and foresee things for yourself, but also create things for yourself, and be very truthful. And you might be somebody who has even written things down and made lists of things that, you know, you want to achieve or create in your life. And a lot of those things have come true. Maybe you've looked back on them and they come true. So you're a master manifester and a visionary and a very strong person. We'll pick some crystals here. Angelite. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So you are all of these things because you have felt the call, whether it's from a really early age, really early on in your life, or you had a very strong awakening because you are able to connect with the higher realms and the angels. Maybe you felt a call from your angels. Maybe you see angels, or maybe you saw an angel, or maybe you're very inspired by an angel. And again, we have the throat and the crown chakras. You really know who you are, and you're not afraid to communicate that and to get what you want. And it's through divine guidance. You can't ignore it, and there's no other way for you. You're just very in tune with yourself, and you create your own good luck. And then we have carnelian, which is a stone of self-confidence and sexiness and merging with others and inspiring others. So you're probably somebody who's very inspirational. People probably see you as very strong, very courageous, very brave, very creative, and these are all part of your spiritual superpower. Wow. So you're a very spiritual person. We have, I mean you're here, but there's two signs here really pointing towards, and also shark too, it's water, it's very intuitive. So there's two signs here pointing towards your intuition. You may be very witchy, you may consider yourself a witch, or you may from a past life have been a witch. You could have even been burnt at the Salem trials, you never know. And you've come back here to share your wisdom. You came in here remembering who you were. So you are a healer, you are a wise one, you are here to bring the light because people see you as so creative, and because you're such a solid person and you're a master manifester, you probably, well, in fact, you are very inspirational and you're very charismatic, and people learn from that and people are inspired by that, and you uplift not only yourself and you expand yourself through being those things, but you help others to uplift and expand their own souls and their own selves and their own consciousness, which then leads to a collective uprising. So that's really cool. Skyfather, trust the unknown. Okay, wow. So again, you've had to really create a solid foundation within yourself. 4 is also the number of home associated with Cancer. You could be a Cancer. But like I said before, with the angelite and trusting in your divine guidance, like you had to know who you were to be able to be all these things. So you're a very self-aware, visionary, charismatic, strong person who does not give up easily and creates their own good luck. And with this, you know, the eagle could be one of your spirit guides. You could be very in touch with, you know, like Zeus or electricity. That could be some of your symbols or the energy and medicine that you work with. And you had to really trust. You really had to take the leap of faith to be you, to be your authentic, original self. You have to trust in the unknown. And, you know, even though we feel guidance and we feel a connection to God or the universe or angels or divinity, it's still, you know, unknown. We don't 1,000, 100% know. Maybe we do inside of ourselves, but there's still a mystery to it because everything is so high frequency. It's hard for us as humans to gather it all up and express it fully into words. Some things, a lot of our experience is non-physical, and we have to trust those non-physical impulses and urges, I guess. So that's what the unknown part is because we can't see it and it's not tangible, but we're experiencing it and we can feel it. So you're a very emotional, in tune person, or very emotionally intelligent, I should say. Okay, wow. Talking about emotional intelligence and creativity and vision, literally said the word vision. Neptune, you're a visionary. You've created the life that you are living, and you're going to continue. You're a master manifestor, and that's something that even if you feel like you're not exactly there yet, you've come in with all these very strong spiritual, intuitive, psychic, magical skills that you will get to where you want to go. Like, this life is all about what you make of it. It's like magician energy, and it'll be interesting to see. I'm not going to spoil it yet. Let's keep going. And authority, 10th house. Again, that is your legacy. So you're working and have worked very hard to build your life and the mark that you want to leave on the planet. And you're not going to stop until you get it. You don't stop. You don't give up. These are your spiritual superpowers. And I would associate Topaz with the 10th house a lot because it's your outer image. It's in a way where it has to do with career and what you're known for and what you've worked towards and your work, and Saturn. And Saturn is the planet that urges us to work hard. It's the archetype that asks us to work hard. It's the granddaddy archetype, as Meg says, calls him Granddaddy Saturn. And it's funny because we have two, granddaddy signs here. We have, Zeus, we have the 10th house. Not only that, but Elvis was a Capricorn too, who is ruled by Saturn, and which is the ruler of the 10th house. And 4 is all about foundation, and Saturn's all about having a solid foundation. So you've probably learned in life that if you don't have a solid foundation, everything is going to fall apart, and that's probably why you are so good at getting and working towards what you want. You've probably come in with that gift, is building a solid foundation, knowing who you are, knowing where you want to go, really listening, really feeling out every avenue and direction and person in life so that you can achieve your goals. So those are all your spiritual superpowers. I'm going to pull out a few personality traits that might I'm going to pull out a few personality traits that might fit your personality, or it's how others view you. So expressive is one, which makes sense. If you're a shark, if you got spider, very creative, sharing your voice, speaking your truth. The carnelian, self-confidence. Creative, wow, of course. Creative. Positive, so people find you to be a very positive person, a very good role model. You're probably somebody that people look up to. You could be some type of a leader. You could be I don't know what the word is. You're just somebody that people look up to. You have very admirable personality traits that people love and happy. So you're a very happy, positive person because you follow the beat of your own drum. You create the life that you want to live. And I'd also like to say these are all of your superpowers, and they could be what people love about you, but they could also be the things that people are triggered by and why you get certain negative reactions from people. It's because they need this energy and they strive to be as expressive, as creative, as positive, and as happy. So those are your spiritual superpowers. And before we end this reading, I'm going to pick one of the 12 archetypes that Carl Jung came up with, one of the personality archetypes that we may be carrying. So this is a medicine, one of your archetypes, one of your spiritual superpowers that you have come in with in this life, that you're holding the way people see you, and part of your purpose, a big part of your purpose is the creator. Wow, that makes so much sense. We had so much surrounding creativity, imagination, you know, vision, you're a visionary, and creating your own life and, you know, going for what it is that you really want and what you feel you deserve. So that is amazing. And your synchros are, look out for 333, 333, or 777 to know that you are on the right path. Thank you so much for joining. If this reading resonated with you, please leave a diamond emoji in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, group number 2, if you chose this card, the 8 of Hearts, it's now or never. This is your reading all about your spiritual superpowers. So, the crystal that chose you is a jade, a very beautiful nephrite jade. But before I get into this, I want to talk about the 8 and the 8 of Hearts, and it's now or never. So, if you were attracted to the number 8 and the 8 of Hearts and the song It's Now or Never, you're a very emotional person, a very emotionally intelligent person with a very vast inner world. So you're probably very, very intuitive. You might be a little bit impulsive, but in a way where, I don't know, maybe sometimes impulsive isn't the right word, but you know exactly which direction to go in. So you have a very strong internal compass. You know what feels good, you know what doesn't feel good. You have very strong boundaries. You're probably, I don't know if I've already said this, you're probably very psychic. You're very intuitive. You can read people very well. And you know what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And with the jade, there's an emphasis on our body. So you might have a very clear understanding and a familiarity and a comfort within yourself, with your spiritual connection, with your emotional awareness, with your self-awareness. But sometimes, because if that part of us is so open and so strong, sometimes it's hard to feel comfortable in our physical body. So there is a deep call in this lifetime for you to really connect to your physical body. So you could be somebody who likes to work out or has found working out to be therapeutic. You could have found nutrition, or you need to find proper nutrition to, you know, balance all of this very strong, intuitive, psychic energy. And you might be a healer. So because you have such a strong inner understanding and connection with, you know, even the other side and the universe and God, you are most likely a healer, as someone that people look to for advice, for wisdom, for healing, for help, for even nurturing, because, you know, it's green. Green is associated with nature. Nature is associated with food. Nature is green. My ear is ringing. So if you're a nutritionist, great. This is a sign for you. If you're a type of healer, spiritual healer, energetic healer, you know, it could be any type of therapy, you know, psychology, dream work even. The word dream work just came to my mind, which is funny because jade actually does induce dreams and helps us connect really deeply with ourselves. So this is all about connecting deep with the self and finding balance. You, in this lifetime, finding a balance between your spiritual and psychic gifts and being in your body and being grounded. So we're gonna pick 2 animal cards, the archetypes that are associated with your personality, the medicine that you may carry, and how what you offer the world and what you offer to other people. So we got a bear. Wow. Okay, so bears are very, very strong beings, and they are associated with the dream time too. So intuition, psychic ability, but also bears are very nurturing, and they care a lot, a deep amount for their families, for their children. and they're very protective. So you might be a very protective person over yourself, which I mentioned. I feel like I mentioned that earlier, but also over your loved ones. So people know that they can count on you, and people know that, you know, if they're having a bad day or something, you're someone that they can come to. You're a teacher, you're a wise one, you're a protector, you're a healer. And then a dragonfly. Wow, so dragonflies are all about our spiritual vision and, you know, barriers and illusions that can be created, and breaking those down and seeing the truth, finding the truth, and being courageous and free to fly within, you know, the weirdness of it all. So again, another sign pointing towards your spiritual truth and your psychic abilities. Moonstone. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you might be a mother. Some of you watching this might be a mother or a caregiver. You may have taken on the role in this lifetime. Your spiritual superpower is to be a caregiver, a nurturer, a healer, a lover. So Moonstone has everything to do with the moon. So your energy is very feminine. I mean, the mama bears, come on. You might even be a mama bear. Anything to do with femininity, nurturing, home, that is what you've been called to in this life. That is the archetype that has, you know, that you came into this life with. And I feel like at times it might have been hard for you to accept. Sometimes you don't understand it. You might be very sensitive and you don't understand why this is your role, but it is your role, and it's beautiful. Somebody needs to do it. We need caretakers, we need caregivers, we need healers, we need people who are able to handle, you know, the difficult things in life and to help others through their difficult transitions. I like family. Wow. Okay, so, you know, your spiritual superpower is your family, your connection to family. So even in a past life, you could have had something totally opposite where you didn't feel connected to your family, or you were abandoned by your family, and in this life you've been embracing the idea and, you know, the actual, I don't know what the word is, the coming together, the actuality of family and being in a family, and being maybe even the leader of your family. Everybody goes the rock of your family, the person that everybody looks to. Without you, things would be haywire and crazy. And you know what? You should give yourself a pat on the back and for all the hard work you've done, because that's managing a lot of people. Not only just managing them, like if you were a business person, it's not just managing people. There's an extra attachment toward there's an extra attachment in that with family, because you all have emotional attachments, you all have, you know, genetic attachments, you guys are sharing the same blood, could be sharing a lot of the same karmic lessons. So with family and managing all of that comes some heaviness. There does come some heaviness. So going back to the green jade, to the jade, I would recommend for you, if not already, finding something that is therapeutic for you, something that is just for yourself, something where, you know, you feel like you can just relax, where people don't need something from you. So whether it's, you know, eating properly, going for a walk every night by yourself, painting, drawing, creating, anything that's just for you, going, even if you're not a healer, going to see a healer could be a strong call for you as well, that will help you deal with your very powerful spiritual superpower. Heart guardian. Oh my gosh. So this is like reminding me of Mother Mary, really. And she bears her heart for everybody. She is the ultimate mother. So again, you might be a mom. You might want to be a mom, or you just carry that very strong motherly energy. So even going back to It's Now or Never, this is also like your premonition abilities. So you know it's okay, you need to do it now or else whatever. Like you are someone that people come to for sage advice. Like you can have a sixth sense, you can see things before they happen. So I don't know how that went back together, but yes, your spiritual superpower is your love and your generosity of love and the care that you give to the world and to your family. Mercury messages. So again, here's the healing symbol. I forget what this is called, and it's associated with Archangel Raphael, who is associated with the color green and is associated with healing and physical healing and nutrition and nature and all of that. So again, you are getting these messages from spirit. You're very connected to your intuition, whether you know it or not. You are constantly getting messages from God, and people need you. I don't know why I went there first. I should have went this way. Water guardian, connect to your emotions. So you could be, again, a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio, or have very strong water placements in your chart. And the water is also associated with the mother and nurturing and nourishment. So people feel comfortable to tell you things. You probably know people's secrets. People feel connected to you. People feel comfortable to you. People are drawn towards you. You have a very nurturing and nourishing personality. And this is all part of your superpowers, and you're very psychic. Again, going back to psychic, 8, heart, bear, dragonfly, moonstone, ILA. Your heart, the water, these are all very, very, even the jade, a very strong psychic energy here. And Capricorn, achieve. Okay, so this is a mature energy. This is somebody who knows how to keep things together, how to build things, how to, keep things together like the glue. You're like the glue that keeps everything together. That's kind of what I said before. You create a solid foundation. Without you, things would fall apart. So you're very much needed. People look to you for, to fix things even. If something goes wrong, it's like, oh, I need your help. I don't know who else to ask. Like, you're the only person I know who can do this. Like, you might be somebody who can do things better than other people could do it, And that's why people come to you. They feel that from you. So we're going to choose 4 personality traits that you possess and how other people see you. They are part of your spiritual superpower. They are what people love about you, but they could also be what people are triggered by because of you, or the things that trigger that you have or that you possess that trigger others. So let's see. Come on. First we have unique. Okay, so people think that you're very unique. You have very strong personality. You're not like everybody else. You could be quirky. You could be a little bit different. You could be, parts of your personality are probably silly and very cool, and you do things your own way. Then we have adventurous. You have a young spirit. Because you care so much for other people, you see the light in people, you give so much love to people that you want to continue to feel that and to seek that out. And you have, there's like a youthful energy to you where you'd like to go off and do different things or see different things. I feel like you have an adventurous spirit, but there might be some things holding you back because you feel obligated to your responsibilities. It seems like you have a lot of responsibility when it comes to family. So you were definitely born with the adventurous spirit. And as time goes on, I feel like you'll be able to go out and have more of an adventure, or life itself could have been an adventure. You could have had lots of intense experiences in your life, things that many people don't go through, which is adventurous, and you chose that. It could be ironically adventurous, even if negative things have happened to you. You were bold enough to go for it. You went for it, and that's an adventurous spirit. Some people don't do anything. Even though you're a very nurturing and family-oriented person, doesn't mean that you're boring, and doesn't mean that the choices that you made are not cool and courageous. Like, we each have our own life experience, and even though we chose to do things that are hard, like, some people don't want to do that, and that's also adventurous. It's not just about traveling or doing extreme sports or something like that. It's adventurous to be like, yeah, I'm gonna just leave all this behind and see how this next thing works, and we'll see what people I meet along the way, and if they're good, then they're good. You know what I mean? And if they're not, oh well, I'll feel a little bit hurt. I'll go through that, but it's part of your, you know, your journey, and your spiritual superpower is to feel things deeply, very deeply. Friendly, so people find it easy to get along with you. You're very friendly. You can make friends with people very easily. You're easy to talk to. You're not intimidating. Like I said before, people are attracted to you. People feel like they can tell you things. You probably know people's secrets. You probably get to know people very easily and quickly because people feel so comfortable opening up to you, because you're very welcoming and open-minded as well. And then we have balanced. Okay, so I think I even said the word balance before, that you actually needed more balance. So that could be also, people could be seeing that in you, and you could be very balanced because you've been through so much. I mean, you have Capricorn here, although, and the bear is very strong, although there's a lot of emotion and like psychic things going on, you're still able to be grounded at times. And I feel like I'm getting a feeling that I don't know if you see yourself as balanced, but other people see that in you. And because it is something that or an archetype or a spiritual superpower that you actually do possess, but if you're not seeing it in yourself, then again I would go back to doing something like something therapeutic for yourself that can help you find that balance within yourself. And that's it for that. And before we go, I'm going to choose one of the 12 archetypes that Carl Jung created, just to see one of the archetypes that you're carrying, that you came into this life with, that you are a master of. Okay? So let's see what comes up for you. Wow. You literally got the caregiver, and it says compassion. So that's one of the archetypes that you are carrying. It's very evident from this reading. I think I even said caretaker or something at some point. And this is a big part of your life purpose, and why you're here is to is to care for others and share compassion with the world. And your synchronicities are, and your lucky numbers I should say, are 6, 666, 66, 9, 999, 99, 96, or did I say 69? Also, this could be associated too with your life path number. So you could be a life path 6, or you could be a life path 9. Yeah, so this is your reading, all about your spiritual superpowers, what you've came into this life with, how other people see you. And if this reading resonated with you, please leave a heart emoji or an 888 in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. A butterfly landed. Oh, it's gone. Okay, group number 3. So you just saw a butterfly landed on your group. That is really cool. If you chose this 5 of clubs, this is your reading. So... And the stone that chose you, that is associated with this group, is this Tibetan quartz. And okay, so this is really interesting. The 5, I'm feeling with this 5 and the club's energy is fearlessness. Also, the song I've Got a Thing About You. He talks about how he's got something to say and he's not afraid and there's nothing anybody can do about it, and that's what he's gonna do, and that's how he feels. So with this 5 energy and this song, I feel like you're a go-getter. You're somebody who's not afraid to tell it like it is. You're someone who's not afraid to maybe try new things, to go new places, to meet new people, and to experience life. And you can be very adaptable, and you can at times go with the flow, but I feel like if there's not at least a little bit of structure or a little bit of planning, you can get bored. If the go with the flow gets too mundane or too boring, or there's not enough excitement, you're somebody who wants excitement in your life. I'm feeling like you're a very intense person. the energy flows through you. You might be a very energetic person. You know, you want to be doing things all the time. You might be very active, but you're very intense. It's not just like a lightheartedness. You do appreciate the lightheartedness parts of life. You like to, you like humor. You like to be fun. You like to be funny. You like to crack jokes. But it's very strong. Like, you're a very strong person. You want to go after the things that you see fit for your life. If you like somebody, you're like, I like you and we're gonna be friends, or I love you and you're gonna be my partner and we're gonna, create a family together and we're gonna create a life together, and you're not gonna take no for an answer. You're somebody who doesn't like or usually take no for an answer. As much as you can, you do not want to hear the words no. And for that reason, a lot of you watching are probably your own boss, or are in a job where there's a lot of freedom for you to make your own decisions and choices and to not compromise your freedom and your need for excitement in life. And with that comes really deep lessons. So you are also somebody who integrates the lessons from the excitement of life. So we got animal cards to choose. Oh, wow. This is interesting. To choose archetypes or medicine or personality traits that you may have, that you share with the world, how other people see you, what people are learning from you and gaining from you. And wolf. Okay. Wow. So the golden egg.
Hold on. My dog.
He walked away. So with the golden egg, I feel like you're somebody who's, again, very surprising, or who likes surprises or surprises people, and someone who can be very unpredictable. So 5 is also the number of unpredictability. You could have very strong Uranus aspects in your chart. You could also be an Aquarius or have strong Aquarius aspects in your chart. So you're somebody who likes to keep life interesting. You might be a practical joker. You might like to play pranks on the people that you love. That could be a sign of endearment for you. But you're somebody that people look to, and they don't know what's going to come next. They don't know what to expect. You're very innovative. And also, you, again, you're a go-getter. You seek opportunities. You find your golden eggs, your golden nuggets, your golden tickets. You find and seek the opportunities. There's so much energy running through you. And with the wolf, it's funny because you're such an individual that at times you could be a lone wolf, but you also have the ability, because you're so, you have such a lust for life, that you're able to bring people together and to lift people's spirits up and to create community. You could be the leader. You could be in a leadership position. You could be the lead wolf, which sometimes being a leader can be lonely because it's so much responsibility and it takes such a very strong, passionate, individualistic person that, again, you probably need to be the lone wolf at times. You probably need that, that hermit time, that alone time to get away from it all, to get away from the chaos that you, in fact, create. So you love it. You could be a Gemini, Aquarius, even a Sagittarius, very free, vivacious spirit. Okay, psychic ability. Interesting. So you are very, you are a visionary. One of your spiritual superpowers, it's that you're very intuitive and that you're very psychic and that you can read people really well. And I feel like you don't most of the time you don't take it to a weird dark place. Like, you kind of play around with people and their energy because you can see things about people, and it's not really mean, but it's kind of like you dance in between worlds, the physical and the spiritual, and the physical and the non-physical, and the physical and the energetic kind of thing. And you know how to maybe get under people's skin. You know how to help people realize things about themselves by not actually saying it. Like, you play, it's like the magician energy. You play with the subtle energies. And it's fun for you. Okay, so with this requires a lot of protection. So something that you may have learned in your life, one of your lessons and has become or is developing as a spiritual superpower is learning how to protect yourself and create boundaries, because you're such a whirlwind, and the word chaos, which is also associated with 5, keeps coming up. You probably, like I said, you could be a shit disturber. That's Uranus. You probably could attract people who don't understand your true, soulful, heartfelt intention, and might actually have, like, you know, mental health issues and stuff, to a point where it's a little bit like cuckoo, where, you know, they're trying to really suck your soul, take your energy, take from you, lead you into weird, dangerous situations, and also just create a boundary. You don't want to, like, piss people off and stuff, but I feel like you're so energetic and so magnetic in so many ways that, you know, people want to, like, keep you and hold you down and use that energy for themselves. I'm feeling like you attract a lot of interesting characters, which would sound like you. If any of this resonates, it sounds like that would make sense. Okay, so we have the seer. So see beyond the current situation. Like I said, you do have that ability, which is a very Uranian Aquarius ability, is to be very objective and to see life like a map and people like a map. You can see, like, the blueprints of it all, and you can take yourself out of the situation. And that's why it's easy to be a little bit lighthearted about things, is because you're not emotionally affected by, like, the ongoings. You just see things from an objective point of view, which makes it easier for you to know which direction you want to go in, because you're just able to see things for what they are. And other people might come to you asking you what you think and asking your opinion, because you have a very individualistic, I want to keep saying, unique, pointed opinion, objective opinion, very clear, cognizant point of view opinion that not everybody's able to get to. So you have, like, a higher knowing. So you're very wise in spirit, and that's why you like to play and have fun and keep things going, because it doesn't have to be that serious. Although you could get yourself into situations where there is serious things happening and other people who don't really understand your, like I said before, your true intention. So again, protecting yourself, and protecting yourself from what you see too, because you got, you know, psychic ability with the Labradorite, and you also have the seer, so you can foresee things. You might be somebody, one of your spiritual superpowers is, you know, astral projecting or lucid dreaming or premonition dreams, or just very vivid dreams, or, you know, even being telepathic to a point where you can hear people's thoughts or know what people are gonna do. You know, like, you're sometimes an extra step ahead of people, which again is very Aquarius, golden egg. You could also have, you know, be trendy before the trends come along. So you're like I said, you're one step ahead of people, because your energy, you have so much energy, and you're, like, constantly, like, just taking in all this higher knowledge and higher energy, that, you know, maybe part of your lesson is to slow down a bit. But these are all, we're talking about your spiritual superpowers, and you've got a lot. You've got quite the collection of spiritual superpowers. The wise one. Okay, again, you're very wise. You're very wise, and you use it to your advantage in a way where you can be playful, you can remain youthful. So just because there's an older woman here with the raven and the owl, and it says the wise one, and there's the moon, the teller of secrets, you know, like, you are probably an ancient soul, and that's why you know how to play with this energy. That's why you can be a leader. That's why you can keep things unpredictable and fun for people, because not everybody has seen the things that you've seen. You're a seer. Not everybody has been through the things that you've been through. Not everybody has had to protect themselves and really, you know, heal from the crazy shit that you've seen in your life. And you want to continue to have fun and be adventurous, and you know that, you know, maybe you're focused on ascension, and that's part of your mission here on the planet, is to become an ascended master, an ascended soul. And the more you raise your consciousness, the lighter you get. So yes, you've been through hard shit, and it doesn't mean that you're not a serious person, that you're not a smart person or an intelligent person. In fact, you're very intelligent, you're very wise, you're very psychic, to the point where you know that why am I gonna, you know, hold on and live through hell when I can alchemize it, again, the magician energy, and become lighter and to have fun with all of this. Like, this might be my last time on the planet. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna play with people. I'm going to be a catalyst for people. I'm gonna plant seeds in people, whether it's uncomfortable or not. I don't care. Let's go. That's what I'm feeling from you. Oh, by the way, you got 3 of these cards, which is funny. You're group 3, and all the other groups only got 2. So that's interesting. Okay, Lord. Take charge with authority. We're getting a lot of, every group has had like a lot of like Capricorn-y type cards. So this tells me, yeah, you are very old and you are a very wise one. You could, I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are right now in this life. You could be 20, you could be 50, you could be 70, you could be 15. It doesn't matter. This is the spiritual superpower that you were born with. And with Lord, again, it's like you take charge of yourself. There's an ankh here. You are aware of, you have the keys to the mysteries of life, to the mysteries of your own psychology, to the mysteries of other people. Or you want, if you don't have the keys, you want to gain the keys. And when you get the keys, you want to unlock those doors. So it's like being a leader, being authoritative, creating prosperity for yourself through what you know that's beyond the mundane matrix stuff, if that makes sense. Okay, we have Pallas Athena, which is all about the mind and our warrioress energy and our creative abilities. And again, with Think, you're a very claircognizant person. It takes me back to the air signs. It takes me back to the Aquarius Uranus energy. It is very much about what you know. So all of the way that you are and all of your experiences are because of what you know. So you came into this life very knowing and very psychic. You probably were just born psychic, you know, born crazy, born energetic, born a whirlwind, born a fun, you know, expressive, electric person who's very aware of themselves. So symbiosis with the trine and slash sextile. So there's a lot of harmony in your life, or you're creating and you're able to create a lot of harmony in your life because of the things that you would like to go after, that you go after. You're fearless, and this fearlessness makes you open, which attracts blessings to come into your life. So you're very blessed. And I'm not saying you haven't had hard experiences in your life, but you're here to be very blessed. Okay, so now I'm going to pick 4 personality traits that you possess and that other people might see you as. They could be what people love about you, and it can also be what triggers people about you. Magnetic. Did I not just say magnetic? Did I say magnetic? Yeah, you're magnetic. Wow. Oh, there's 2 in 1 here. Beautiful. People are very attracted to you, and you're beautiful. You have physical beauty. Oh my gosh. Sexy. Are you a Scorpio? Magnetic, beautiful, sexy. You must have something in Scorpio. Aquarius, Leo, you know, what else? Very strong Martian energy, very strong Plutonian energy, very strong Uranian energy, Neptunian. Let's see. Last one. This is so funny. My memory card got full as I was picking your last personality trait, but you guys, this is hilarious. You got provocative. So, you're magnetic, you're beautiful, you're sexy, and you're provocative. Wow. So these you're very triggering. So that's why we were talking about the protection before, and you know, the Uranian energy and the chaotic energy and the very strong, intense energy. You've got a lot of energy. You got a lot of life force energy. You probably have had a Kundalini awakening from, you know, day one. You probably were born with your Kundalini risen. You have a very strong sexual energy. You're very in tune with your body and with your sexuality, and you're definitely somebody who, they either love you or they hate you, and you don't care because you're fine with that. You know who you are. You're very strong in yourself. You're a seer, you're psychic, you're a leader. You know, you create your own opportunities, you follow your own passion, you're an innovator, you're a pioneer. You don't need anyone. So these are all very, very strong positive personality traits. But speaking this honestly, this group, I'm really resonating with this group. And you know, if you guys are resonating with this too, and you know where I'm coming from, to be magnetic, to be beautiful, to be sexy, to be provocative, without shame and boldly, comes a lot of, you know, people's projections about you based on their own wounds and what they're not comfortable with or what they wish they possessed. And because provocative doesn't also have to be like sexual, it could also just be provocative in, you know, thought, in emotion, any type of emotion. Like you could provoke people to feel a certain way, you could provoke people to anger, you could provoke people to horniness, you could provoke people to desire, you could provoke people to be inspired, you could provoke people to want to look deeper into life, to learn more into life. So you have a very probing, provocative energy, and it's very strong. I mean, you could definitely have strong Scorpio placements or Aquarius placements, and you know, these are part of your spiritual superpowers, dude. Like, you came into this life with a very strong purpose, with a very strong passion, and it's not easy. Let's pick we're gonna pick one of the 12 archetypes that Carl Jung came up with. It's one of the archetypes that you were born with, that you have become a master of, and that is part of your life's purpose here. So let us see what that is. Are you guys kidding me? Literally the Magician. Transformation. I swear to God, these are freaking me out. Every archetype I've pulled for all the groups so far is like literally like spot on. It's so wow. Okay. And your lucky numbers, again, 555, 888, 33, or 1111, or 1111. So if you see those numbers a lot, means that you're on the right track. They could also be power numbers that you can use to expand your abilities. And they could also be new numbers to look out for. So yeah, that is your reading all about your spiritual superpowers. I really hope this resonated with you. If it did, please leave a club emoji in the comments, or a 555 in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Okay, group number 4, if you chose the 10 of Spades, this is your reading all about your spiritual superpowers, and the crystal associated with it is the aquamarine. So, as I'm looking at this card, it also says Devil in Disguise, and the 10, you could have very strong Capricorn placements, or very strong Saturnian energy, or very prominent Saturn aspect, or a very strong Saturn in your chart, which I will also come to because of the Devil in Disguise song. I feel that you're a very strong person. You're a very old soul. You hold yourself very strongly is the word, very sturdy, steadily. Not to say that, you know, you don't have a lot of love or compassion or positivity. Not that you're like super stone cold and scary. You might have an intimidating energy, not gonna lie. But you're a very like deep person, and you could be a Capricorn. It feels very Capricorn-y. Capricorns are very loving, they're very generous, they're very larger than life, but sometimes we at face value don't can't really tell that because they are such strong people within themselves. They're comfortable with themselves. No matter where they're at, they do what they want to do. They don't care what other people do. They don't have time for people's bullcrap. So I'm kind of feeling that from you. And with the aquamarine, it's really a sentiment to that like if you need to say something, you're not afraid to say it. Like you're not afraid to, really express yourself. You might be somebody who has to make hard decisions. You could be in like a boss position, managerial position in work, in life, or in family, and just in general. You've always had to be like the bringer of bad news, the breaker of bad news, because you're able to handle heavier heavier subjects like that, which brings a sense of freedom within yourself and pride, not in a way where it's like egocentric or arrogant, but you're proud of yourself. You're proud that you can do the difficult things that other people don't really want to do. So you're very, steadfast and sturdy and strong and mature. And also, you're not going to say something if you don't mean it. So you could be silent sometimes. You could be just sitting there and it's like, if I don't have anything nice to say, I'm not going to say it at all. You're not going to just talk out of your butt. You're not just going to say things to say things. You're not going to compliment people unless you really mean it. You're that person. You're not going to just make things up. So every time you speak, it is very thoughtful. It is very honest. It is very truthful. Sometimes it can be bold, but what you say needs to be said, and people around you can know with 100% certainty that everything you say is what you really mean, or something that you really know. You're not just gonna talk to talk. You're not gonna have like light, fluffy conversations if you can't add anything or bring something to the table. So that's what I'm getting. Now we're gonna pick animal cards. It could be like an archetype that you have, or a medicine that you carry that other people feel off of you, that you offer to the world, how people learn from you, and the strengths that you already have and have developed. Firefly. Okay, so people, you are attractive and people want to get to know you. People see you and are like, oh, what is, like, people can tell that you know stuff. People can tell that you got your shit together, that you got something going on. They want a part of it, and they might not see the depth of, what you had to go through to get there. And some people can't handle that depth. And when things get like really serious, a lot of people don't want to like face themselves or face their shadows. So you're not afraid to like face the truth, or to hear the truth, or to know the truth about yourself. And with the devil in disguise, people might feel like adverse reactions to you as time goes on, because they're not used to such like an authentic, strong, honest, bold, blunt person. And they might blame you for their own shortcomings, or for their own wounds, or for their own karmic lessons. So they might see you as like a devil in disguise type of thing. But you have amazing ideas, and you are a leader. And then we have the gazelle. Okay, cool. A very strong, sturdy animal, very freedom oriented, very like, I'm gonna do my own thing. And if you want to join me, that's cool. You're supportive of people. You want people to feel involved, but you're not gonna push anybody. Like, no one else's problems are your problems. You take care of yourself. If someone needs your help and wants your help and is willing to take your help and your advice, you're all there. But you're not gonna push anybody. Okay, you're over, like, you're not gonna make people change. You are very, it's not like selfish. It's like you just know what you need to do. You know what you need to work on. You know what's going to make you happy. You know what's going to get you further along in life. It's just a very like strong, responsible, mature energy. But it's also like freedom, which has to do with aquamarine too, is involved, because you're allowing people to be themselves, even if you don't agree with it, even if you think it's stupid. You're like, well, I'm not gonna push them to do something just because I think it's stupid. So you still allow people to have their freedom, even though you're still like such a sturdy, solid person. Honesty. Wow. Seraphonite. Okay, so, and, oh wow, rose quartz, love. Okay, I did mention love. I did mention honesty. That's very interesting. And with this, it's like you've been on a long healing journey. Sometimes I feel like people's, let's say, call it shit, can get annoying for you, or can like, you're like over it. It's like, I'm over people's shit. Like, you just don't want to deal with people's shit. You're very honest about it because you've gone through so much healing. You've done so much of your work that sometimes you can get a little bit impatient with other people who are not doing their work, and you don't have time for it. And that's why you're still allowing them the freedom to be less aware as you, but you know, you're not gonna waste your time. And it doesn't mean that you don't have love and compassion, because you do know that, you know, we've all been there. We're not, just because I know this and that person doesn't know this doesn't mean that I'm better than them, type of thing. So you do have a lot of love and compassion, and you're somebody who can that people can look up to. So you're a very strong, loving, generous person, but it can seem, sometimes it's hard for people to get to that core of you, and when they do get to that, to your heart, to your love, to your generosity and compassion, they're lucky. So like I said, you don't say things if you don't mean them. You don't feel things that, you know, aren't, you don't say things if you don't mean them, and you don't give your time and your love to people who you feel don't deserve it or that you don't trust. So the people that you do let in are very, very, very lucky to have that love in their life, and they will do anything to make sure that they keep it. I'm sure that, you know, when you cut people out or when people lose you, it's felt for a very long time, and it leaves a hole. So you leave a lasting impression on people. It's like very strong grandmother energy. The sun. Okay, cool. So again, with the Capricorn energy, you might be a Capricorn, building your own success, or you could be a Leo, or you could be somebody who's very in touch with the regality and the finer things in life. You're somebody who knows how to make money, to be prosperous, to be abundant. And you could be somebody who also practices gratitude. You might have a gratitude list, or you might do gratitude meditations, or you just might say to people or out loud to God what you're grateful for. And this creates a very strong, positive energy around you that you're attracting, you know, your abundance and your prosperity. Very regal. Oh, let's go here first, sorry. Earth Mother. Okay, you're probably an earth sign. If you're not a Capricorn, you definitely have Taurus or strong Virgo placements. The earth is your solace. Nature is your solace. The goddess, you confide in the goddess. I feel like sometimes that you don't know who to talk to, because I feel like, I don't want to say it in a way where you're better, but you're very advanced, a very mature, wise person. And a lot of the people that you might be surrounded by, or the community that you may be in, might not have had as much experience or has as much experience as you. So sometimes you find it hard to relate to others, and you are a nature baby. Nature is your healer, and you're very connected to it. You're very spiritual, very earthly. You could be a medium. You know, you could attract a lot of animals. You could have an affinity with animals, as we see like butterflies here and stuff. You just feel akin to nature. And the fourth house, home. Okay, wow. So you are able to build, you know, a strong foundation. It's the opposite of Capricorn, actually, Cancers. And there's very strong similarities there, because Cancers know how to build their homes and be the ruler of their homes, and Capricorns know how to build a career and be the ruler of like their career or their job. and be an authority figure. So they both have to do with the type of authority, and one's more nurturing. And I don't know why I went here first when there's this card. That's interesting. And one's more like community based, I should say, although Cancers have a lot to do community too. I think you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. You could also have, you know, a Cancer placements, Moon in Cancer, Sun in Cancer, Rising Cancer, or your 4th house could be ruled by Cancer if you have a Leo rising. I mean, sorry, not your I don't know what I just said. No, if you had a Leo rising, your 4th house would be Scorpio, which would give you a strong 4th house. I don't know why that came up. I'm a Leo rising. I don't know what the heck. Well, I don't know why that came up. Maybe you're a Leo rising and you have a strong 4th house. I do. Maybe that's why it's coming up. I'm not sure. And root. Okay, so all this is about like how strong and rooted are. You're a strong person. You're a wise one. You're a teacher. You're probably a healer. You are very connected to nature. You could be like, you could consider yourself like a witch, an herbal witch, a green witch, a garden witch. And you're courageous. If you feel fear about things, you don't let that hold you back. You're a very strong person. You have very strong spiritual superpowers, and I'm very proud of you. I think that you've come a long way in life, and you were brought into life probably with this tenacity and this strength. I'm feeling very strong. Okay, so now we're gonna pick 4 personality traits that you possess and what other people see in you, and it could be what people love about you, but also what or why people are triggered by you. Adventurous, emotional, interesting. That's interesting that emotional is coming up and adventurous is coming up. This is a very dynamic group. So if you are a Capricorn, I wouldn't be surprised, because Capricorns are very dynamic and there's a lot of pieces and parts to their personality. So although you're very strong and grounded, you could be a very emotional person, and that's why you have to be strong and grounded. You know how to hold your boundaries with within society, within your community. You have to be the pillar of strength within your community. But when you're on your own in your home, that's where you're safe to, you know, express more your emotions or feel your emotions and feel all the things that are happening to you. Instead of being like this strong mountain for others, it's important for you to go home so that you can alchemize and feel all the things that you need to feel, so that you can continue to be that pillar of strength for others. And like, I mean, it makes sense. You got the love here, and you got Seraphinite, which has a lot to do with your heart and your feelings and your healing. And adventurous, like, you might be down to like just go places with people. People probably like to, you know, plan trips with you or go places with you because they know that you're not gonna be unpredictable. You're somebody that will keep the energy smooth, solid. You're probably organized. You're easy to talk to. You're easy to get along with. I mean, that's with people that you're close to. I feel like not everybody feels like they can get close to you, but they want to. And I feel like people want to be friends with you, but there's also parts of you that really trigger people who don't want to do, you know, their shadow work. Intense. Okay, well, that speaks for itself and kind of is a reiteration of everything that I've been saying. People find you to be very intense. You might be intense. You can handle intensity. Like, you can handle the shit, you know, like, let's, for example, like, you're the type of person that's like, if you're walking upon a crime scene and you got to check it out in order to like tell, you know, the authorities what's going on, you're the one that's able to do it. You're the one that's able to protect people. You're the one that's able to handle like the crazy, I was saying that before, you're the one that's able to handle all of the really harder things in life. Like, you are the go-to person. If something needs to get done that's not easy, that's you. People need you. And then last one is blunt. Okay, that's funny because before I was saying that
you're not going to say something unless you mean it, unless you feel it, unless you want to say it. You're not going to compliment people unless you actually mean it. You're not going to talk out of your ass. So you're very straightforward and straight to the point. You don't like to waste your time. You don't like to waste time. And again, people might be like, what the fuck? I thought you were so nice, and then you said this thing and it was mean. That's like their own perception and projection of you, because they're not doing their own work. They're not getting to the core of who they are. You've already done that. Been there, done that. I don't have time to waste on people who don't want to do their work. So that's something that's repeating for you. And lastly, before we finish this reading, I'm going to choose one of the 4 archetypes. I'm going to be choosing one of the 12 archetypes that Carl Jung has come up with. This is something that you were born with, an archetype that you've mastered, that you hold, that you share, that you are in this life. And wow, we have the ruler, okay? And it says leadership. You are a leader. You create your own life. You create your own prosperity. You get things done. You hold the shit together. People look to you for advice. You get things done. And your lucky numbers are 1, 111, 11, 888, 8, or 88. If you see these numbers, it means that you're on the right track. You could be a life path 1, you could be a life path 11, you could be a life path 8. These could just be numbers that are very synchronistic, that you are attracted to, that can expand the energy of this ruler archetype. So, thank you very much. If this reading resonated with you, please leave a spade emoji or a 1010 in the comments below. See you next time. Bye-bye.